Well, right now, more than 242,000 people across our state are still unemployed, and for those who are receiving benefits, they need to prove they're actually looking for work.
This week, the state's unemployment insurance agency reinstated the work search requirement, and it's important to make sure that you document everything, because if you make mistakes, there's a chance that you will not get benefits or you'll have to pay them back.
Because everything was so in flux, the work search requirement was able to be waived.
Michigan's unemployment insurance agency is updating its requirements. During COVID, people did not have to prove they were looking for a job to collect benefits, but that all changed starting May 30th.
Because now there are, in many areas, jobs available. And so the goal now is to hopefully get people back to work who can go back to work.
Starting this week, if you're claiming benefits, you must actively be searching for a job and conduct at least one work search activity a week. Then report what you did when you certify. Those will not be paid until everything's been reported to the UIA. Rachel Cole has been an unemployment advocate for more than 7 years, directing the Workers' Rights Clinic at the University of Michigan Law School.
But most people that are trying to go back to work are trying to find that next job, and they're applying to anything that looks within the realm of something that they're interested in doing and have the capability of doing.
You'll need specific details about the search when submitting to the UIA. The date of contact, which has to fall within your certification week, the activity, like submitting an application and attending a job fair, name of the employer or online employment service, their address or website, and how you contacted them, whether in person or by phone or email. The agency can ask you to verify your submissions anytime. If they're inaccurate or incomplete, you may have to pay benefits back. Also, make sure to save all your emails or documents for proof.
The agency recommends that you keep records for up to 2 years. I recommend you keep them up to 6. The agency may or may not have the ability to go back and look at it and then assess you later, much later in time after that.
A waiver may be granted for certain COVID-19 reasons. If your child is learning remotely because school is closed, you can't work due to allowable COVID-19 reasons, or if you're self-employed receiving pandemic unemployment assistance. And if you're still on the job with hours reduced, you may qualify as well.
Because if the employer wants to keep you and believes that they're going to be able to return you to full-time work, they can fill out a waiver for you on your behalf, and that waiver will apply for you so that you don't have to look for additional work and you can just keep collecting underemployment.
You have to apply for the waiver before certifying, and you'll be notified right away whether it's granted. The biggest advice Cole offers is be truthful. If you're filing false information, that's fraud.
The agency would then have to charge you with fraud, and then you'd have to pay back every single dollar that you've ever gotten from unemployment benefits, and there's also a penalty involved as well.
So you can report your work search requirements on your MyWham or over the phone with Marvin at the number right there at the bottom of your screen. So if we go a little more in depth with these search work requirements, you can request a waiver through MyWham. Just log in under Claimant Services tab, click on Request a COVID-19 Work Search Waiver. That waiver can be granted for 2 weeks up to September 4th, 2021. If it's denied, you can reapply in 2 weeks. So when you submit your work search, you can't just apply for the same position within a 4-week period and say you did it last week and just keep doing it, or just browse websites. You have to submit a completed application. Also, if you get a job offer and do not have a good cause for refusing it, you will be disqualified. If you do not complete the work search on any given week, you will also be ineligible that week as well. They cannot be made up, and there's no good cause for failing to do it. So again, if you forget 1 week, you can't just file a work search for a previous week. You just miss out. All of these rules and more can be found on this story at fox17online.com.